Today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of what goes into the making of my YouTube videos. We're going to be filming how a hydraulic steering rack works. A lot of my videos start right here in the repair manual where I do all my research. I figure out how these things go together on the cars, how they install, how they're meant to be serviced, go through all the exploded parts diagrams to get an idea of what is what. And this is the camera that I use, just a simple point and shoot from Canon 530HS. You can see that it's really been taking a beating. That lens has been hitting so many things when it falls off the tripod. There's so many chips on that lens there. But other than that, it's been pretty durable, especially for what I do. This tape on the top here is just to block the wind noise coming through the microphone. And my tripod could definitely use a little bit of upgrade. This is the camera that I use for cleaner videos, such as my car reviews, just a T5i with an 18-135 lens on it. Now we're going to head outside and show you some behind the scenes footage of me filming on my driveway. Figure out how this thing works before I say it on camera. A lot of time is spent behind the scenes of me just staring at things, figuring out how they work so I know how to explain them better. Tighten this thing down on the vise. My vise isn't even bolted to anything. And once I got it all figured out, I got to frame my shot and practice my lines before I actually record. This is the rotary valve. And the rotary valve is responsible for directing fluid to either sides of the cylinder wall. So I'm going to put this underwear here, and where's my toothbrush? Got my toothbrush ready. And we'll set up the camera here. Alright, toothbrush is there. And we're going to work through the camera here. First we're going to take some pictures of it.
Look at the mess he made.
A lot of times I got to record the shot a minimum of 3 times before I can get what I'm saying correctly. Sometimes even more than that. Now how this works is we've got a high pressure line. Now how this works is we've got a high and our low pressure line. And how this works is we've got this housing. And inside of this housing we've got the low pressure. Now when high pressure fluid enters, it'll correlate. Now when high pressure fluid is sent through the middle here, each one of the holes in the housing correlate to a hole on the spool valve. Sent from the pump through this channel over here, we have a torsion beam. Now when high pressure fluid is sent through this channel here, over here, stupid planes making so many sounds. Now I live near the airport, so that means I gotta stop every 60 seconds for a plane to pass. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. I beat the crap out of this input shaft right now.
Harder, harder.
And you know it's trouble when the angle grinder comes out. I can pull off the spool valve here. This is cool. Look at that.
Brother, underwear again.
This is hot.
That's why you need something thicker.
Yeah, but my gloves are fine.
That doesn't clean right.
And of course there's a little bit of oil here, so I'm just going to use my brother's old underwear to wipe that down.
Jeez, man, use a towel.
Your foot's in the shot.
So what?
Now in order to operate the spool valve, where's my brother's toothbrush? Here. Now in order to operate the spool valve, we only need to turn. You can see that we've got a torsion beam. Now there's a torsion beam that's built inside of here. Now there's a torsion beam that's built inside of here. Now there's a torsion beam that's built inside of here. See that the input does not need to move too many. You can kind of hear those planes in the background. Now once I move it, after it changes battery, it dies so quickly. Wife, can you put that on the charger for me? Now the colder it gets outside, the quicker my batteries die. Usually get about an hour of recording out of them before I gotta swap them out. Alright, fresh battery on the input shaft side. And that's really, really hot. Ow! However, this one is slightly smaller, and that's what gives it a little bit of wiggle to activate the rotary valve.
Wiggle, huh? Wiggle, wiggle.
My brother's old underwear again. Yeah, we'll get this freshly stolen one here. My wife does not like when I use underwear in these videos. I'm probably going to have to stop soon.
Use a towel or something, man.
And that's because it needs to be well lubricated over the service life of this rack. I'll give this rack a little push here.
Whee!
Sorry, I sprayed my wife.
You need a towel.
Maybe I'll steal some kitchen towels next. Ready? Actually make a bouncy rack. Ugh. Bolt is just chipping out, buddy, with the push. I don't want to mess up this wire with my nasty hands. There's a toothbrush. Oh, there it is. We're sitting on it. Now the good thing about working on scrap cars is if I round off any nuts or bolts like this, I can just chop it off using my angle grinder. Probably one of the best $30 I've ever spent. Look at all that aluminum dust. That must be really healthy. Underwear.
There.
It actually pushes against the rack to give it a little bit of tension. In order to get you guys the best shot, my camera takes a lot of sacrifice from all these sparks flying off when I'm grinding things open. I like to take pictures as I go so I can share it with the online community who don't normally watch the video.
Like that, it's actually going to take it in portrait and you have to rotate it. You have to actually hold it landscape. Yeah. Bonus to go into making the power steering rack on your car work. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for more behind the scenes footage and subscribe for more videos just like this one.
On some of the key clips, I actually play them back on the camera to make sure I got the shot right while my setting is set up there before I go into post and find out I don't have it.
Now here's the parts diagram that I'm going to use in one of my videos. So I'm going to steal it and then we'll just copy it into paint and just cut out the parts that I don't need. Then I also use paint to just color in these lines here to make it easier to understand. And there's the completed diagram printed out. Just going to head outside and film this. And of course it's raining outside, so we got to set up inside here to do the theoretical section. So here we have a look at the hydraulic circuit. So here we've got to look at the hydraulic circuit.
I don't script my lines, which means I have to keep saying it over and over until I get it. And it kind of gets really annoying sometimes.
Check out that new TV stand right near my computer over here. And I'll just copy those files over. Now there's a lot of little clips here. Most of them I'm not going to use and they need to be edited out. So I got to go through each individual clip here. Make sure it makes the cut. The audio and the visuals are clear. So I got all my clips loaded into Movie Maker here, and I'm just going to trim them so that they start where the sound starts and they end where the sound ends. So that gives me a nice precise video with no breaks in between, no fancy animations or anything like that. Here I've got the rough cut done. It's sitting at about 12 minutes. Some of the clips go green in Movie Maker. It's kind of a bug. That's what I got to deal with. I'm going to go through it again to see if I can make it any shorter. Alright, and now we got the video down to 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and render that. Rendering time is a good time to go update your Instagram followers. So much mess that goes on behind the scenes. Those are the guys making all that racket constructing that house.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram for more behind the scenes footage and subscribe to speedkar99 to learn more about how cars work.